Have you ever noticed how strange this sounds? You're earning more than you ever have before. Your income looks respectable on paper. From the outside, you're doing well. And yet, you don't feel financially calm. Not broke. Not reckless. Just constantly aware that money is tighter than it should be. That quiet tension is where today's story begins. Because for many women, a good salary doesn't create freedom. It quietly becomes the most expensive trap they'll ever step into. Let's walk through a familiar situation. Imagine a woman in her late 20s or early 30s. She lives in a major U.S. or European city. She's educated, employed, responsible. Her salary is around $70,000 a year in the US, or about 55,000 euros in Europe. This is considered solid income. Above average. Enough to feel safe. But let's slow this down and look at what actually happens to that number. After taxes, healthcare, social contributions, and basic deductions, her take-home pay is closer to $4,200 a month. In Europe, maybe 3,200 euros. This isn't a mistake. This is simply how modern systems work. Now the expenses begin. Rent or a mortgage takes the first bite. In most cities, housing alone eats $1,400 to $1,800 a month. Sometimes more. She didn't choose luxury. She chose reasonable for the area. Next comes transportation. A car payment or lease. Insurance. Fuel. Maintenance. That's another $400 to $600 a month. Then student loans or lingering education costs. Credit cards used responsibly, but consistently. Subscriptions she barely remembers signing up for. Groceries. Work clothes. Occasional dinners out because saying no every time feels socially expensive. Before anything dramatic happens, over 70% of her income is already spoken for. Not by bad decisions. By normal ones. This is where the trap quietly closes. Because a good salary doesn't just pay bills. It raises expectations. Not always from others, but from herself. She starts upgrading slowly. A slightly nicer apartment because she's earned it. A better car because it's more reliable. A lifestyle that signals stability, competence, and progress. Nothing feels irresponsible. Nothing feels extreme. But here's the mistake no one explains clearly. A good salary increases fixed costs faster than it increases freedom. Once your lifestyle adjusts upward, it becomes sticky. You can't easily move backward without discomfort. You can't easily save forward without pressure. Now let's talk about the math simple, unemotional math. If she saves $300 a month, she's doing better than most. That's $3,600 a year. At that pace, it takes nearly 28 years to build $100,000 before inflation. That's not failure. That's math colliding with modern expenses. And this is where frustration starts. She's doing everything right. Working hard. Avoiding reckless spending. Following the rules. Yet wealth feels permanently out of reach. So why does this happen so often to women in particular? The answer isn't discipline. It isn't intelligence. It's psychology mixed with social design. Women are often rewarded for being stable, responsible, and adaptable. Those traits make them excellent professionals and excellent consumers. They absorb lifestyle costs quietly. They smooth financial stress without complaint. They prioritize security over optional risk. A good salary tells them, you're safe now. And safety reduces urgency. Not motivation, urgency. There's no crisis forcing change. No obvious danger. Just a slow financial plateau that feels permanent. The system doesn't push them to build wealth. It pushes them to maintain appearance. Reliable employee. Reliable payer. Reliable consumer. And because nothing feels broken, nothing feels necessary to fix. But here's the long-term cost if this pattern continues. 10 years pass quickly. Income rises slightly. So do expenses. Savings exist, but they're modest. Investments feel intimidating because the margin for error feels small. At 40, the realization arrives quietly. Not panic. Not regret. Just the awareness that time has been doing more work than money. This is the moment many women think, I thought I'd feel further along by now. Now let's shift perspective. Financially intelligent women don't obsess over earning more. They obsess over what stays flexible. They understand that freedom comes from low fixed costs, not high income. They treat raises cautiously. They delay lifestyle upgrades. They let income grow faster than identity. They don't ask, can I afford this? They ask, what does this commit future me to? A car payment isn't just $500 a month. It's reduced flexibility for 5 years. A bigger apartment isn't comfort, it's higher pressure during uncertainty. These women don't look extreme. They look boring from the outside. But inside their finances, something different is happening. Their savings rate grows faster than their lifestyle. Their choices create options, not obligations. And most importantly, they feel calm. Not because they're rich, but because their money isn't fragile. This isn't about sacrifice. It's about clarity. A good salary is powerful only if it doesn't quietly lock you into a life that consumes it. If this made you think differently about income, security, or progress, you might want to stay here. You can like the video or subscribe if this kind of calm, honest, money thinking is useful to you. Nothing urgent. Just awareness, the kind that compounds over time.